Yo, what is going on? It is your boy GZTV, and we are back with another video. And in this video, once again, part 3, day 3 of 30 days of Summer Smash. We have the next guy in line for the Friday. We're kind of going in order down the graphic there, as you can see. We have Trippie Redd for day 3, so you can kind of assume, you can kind of guess who's gonna go where. Here you go, take a look at it, man. Take a look. You guys can see it. I'm kind of revealing all the names. That's a sneak peek. You see Trippie Redd up here. We'll just keep it up in the background. But once again, we're here to talk about Trippie Redd. I also wanted to mention, I know this video is already getting pretty long, that I actually saw Trippie Redd in Lollapalooza back in, I believe, 2021. So that's kind of something to add. I've seen him live, and in 2021, he was still kind of at the peak of his powers, you know, kind of like the Miss the Rage era of Trippie Redd. Just my opinions of Trippie Redd and other artists that I'm a pretty big fan of. I mean, most of the artists we're going to cover in this video series, I am a pretty big fan of. But Trippie Redd, that's definitely not an exception. You know, kind of bursting on the scene with songs like Fuck Love, songs like Pull 69, I think it was called, with 6ix9ine. You know, those two fucking ruled it back in the day, a long time ago, you know, 2018, 2017, that era. Man, Trippie Redd, in terms of his music, in terms of some of my favorite albums, I'm not going to get into songs because he actually has a pretty well-versed discography. When he really had his big break with Life's a Trip, I was definitely tuned in. Really awesome album there. Banger on top of banger. You know, Young Thug was on that record. Travis Scott with Dark Knight Demo. Trippie Redd was on top of the fucking world in 2018. That was a huge year. He followed it up with a Love Letter to You 2. He had Youngboy on there. He had Juice WRLD, Tory Lanez. He had all sorts of incredible artists. And then probably one of the most nostalgic albums. I mean, I guess Life's a Trip was probably pretty nostalgic for me, but the most nostalgic album came in 2019 when he dropped Exclamation Mark. So many songs that remind me of summer. So many songs that remind me of like going to the county fair because it was around that time. There's so many memories associated with Trippie Redd. And of course, he's kind of fallen off now. You know, people talk shit. He's not dropping as good of music anymore. But, you know, A Love Letter to You 4 had some decent bangers with like The Grinch. He had a song with DaBaby on there, Lil Mosey, all sorts of guys. Then he experiments with the deluxe for Pegasus, where we get a rock album presented by Travis Barker. And then he goes on to drop actually a really good album in 2021 with Trip at Night. And then you get Mansion Music. I don't need to get into these. Mansion Music, A Love Letter to You 5. Those are decent records, but records I don't really go back to. So that's kind of my thoughts on Trippie Redd. And, you know, in terms of his sound, very emo-y, very like shrieky. I love it. It's a very innovative sound that kind of pioneered the game for guys like the Kid Laroi. There's certain artists like that kind of have that shrill, immature, kind of like your kind of screaming voice, and it has a lot of passion behind it. You can tell he puts a lot of effort in his music. Trippie Redd, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I know this one I kind of went fast because I was kind of wasting time and bullshitting at the beginning, but peace.